In this episode, we explore how creating joy and happiness in your life is an essential aspect of being a good friend to yourself. Just as a friend would encourage you to pursue what makes you happy and support you in your journey towards joy, self-friendship involves recognizing and fostering your own sources of happiness. So far, in this series, we've looked at the essence of self-friendship, learning to be a best friend to ourselves. But just as a true friend celebrates your happiness, your self-friendship should foster and cherish your joy. You're listening to Changes Begin Small with Damian President. Changes Begin Small will help you take action in your life with intention and purpose. In each episode, I invite you to take action to live the life that you want. Happiness, much like friendship, is a deeply personal experience, one that we can design and cultivate. As we journey through this episode, we'll explore the topic of happiness and how to have more of it in our friendship life. There has been much discussion about the meaning of happiness in philosophical conversations. However, positive psychology often refers to happiness as subjective well-being, which can be seen as characterized by contentment and general satisfaction with one's current situation. In the realm of psychology, happiness has been approached in three main ways: as a global assessment of life, a recollection of past emotional experiences, and an aggregation of multiple emotional reactions over time. These perspectives offer us a multi-dimensional view of happiness, emphasizing that it's a complex, deeply personal experience that encompasses more than just fleeting moments of joy. For the purpose of this episode, I'm using happiness as a synonym for well-being. You may be familiar with this idea if you listen to the Happiness with Laurie Santos. In that podcast and her course, The Science of Well-being, Santos explains what makes us happy, including challenging our misunderstandings and misconceptions about them. The course is freely available, and I do recommend it. It's important to distinguish happiness from pleasure. While pleasure is a transient, sensory-based experience, happiness is considered a more stable state that generally lasts longer than momentary pleasure. In fact, momentary pleasure is not even necessary for you to be happy. Understanding happiness in the context of well-being invites us to delve deeper than the surface-level joys and to examine the roots of lasting contentment. It's about the state of our lives as a whole, not just transient emotions. Santos guides us through the process of redefining happiness by identifying the factors that genuinely contribute to our well-being. The pursuit of happiness, as Santos outlines, is often hampered by our cognitive biases and cultural narratives that mislead us about what truly makes us happy. It's by recognizing and overcoming these barriers, by learning and applying the practices of positive psychology, that we can begin to create lives with practices that science shows are beneficial. In essence, understanding happiness is a journey of unlearning as much as it is of learning. It's about peeling back the layers to uncover what will truly serve our well-being in the long run. This exploration is an invitation to each of us to become students of our own happiness, to engage with life as if an active participant in creating our own well-being. So as we continue in this episode, let's challenge ourselves to embrace this broader, richer understanding of happiness, carrying forward the insights that Laurie Santos and others offer, so that we can use it to design a life filled with genuine, enduring well-being. I'll get into some strategies for joyful living next, but first, I'd like to invite you to think about what happiness means to you. Feel free to pause the episode if you need to. Joyful living is about curating a life that resonates with our deepest values and desires. It's about aligning the activities that we do every day with what gives us a sense of purpose and fulfillment. We'll look at 3 strategies for this in this segment. The first strategy is to start each day by setting an intention that reflects your definition of happiness. Whether it's action, experiencing new things, or finding moments of tranquility, let this intention be your guide throughout your day. Another powerful strategy is cultivating gratitude. Take time each day to reflect on the aspects of your life that bring you joy and fulfillment. This could be through journaling, meditation, or simply taking a moment to acknowledge these blessings and to feel thankful. Additionally, create spaces in your life for activities that make you feel alive. It could be as simple as a hobby that challenges you, an exercise that energizes you, or a social interaction that uplifts you. These are not mere pastimes, they are nourishment for your soul. Remember that these strategies for joyful living are not one off events, but habits you can weave into your daily life. This is a recurring theme, right? That the things we're talking about require practice and perseverance. And most importantly, a belief that you are worthy of happiness. The main takeaway I want to leave you with is that designing a life of happiness is within your power. Sit with that. It's a conscious choice, a deliberate creation, and a celebration of your life in its fullest form. So, if happiness is our destination, then routine is the path that we walk every day. Embedding happiness into our daily routines isn't about grand gestures, but it's about those small choices that over time shape a life rich with joy. Consider the morning. Perhaps you start your day with a mindfulness practice, turning into the sensations of the present moment. Or maybe you wake up and you have a vibrant dance to your favorite song, and it sets the tone for your day. This intentional act of starting with positivity can ripple throughout your hours. And what about a midday routine? A lunchtime walk under the open sky can be a moment of reconnection with nature, a chance to just breathe deeply and recalibrate. And then as evening falls, routines like reflecting on the day's successes or planning for tomorrow's joys allows us to end our day with a sense of accomplishment and anticipation. Over time, routines become rituals. They become sacred acts of self-care that celebrate and elevate our daily experience. They remind us that happiness isn't fleeting, but it's a state that we can nurture in multiple moments every day. So it's about going beyond tasks and to-dos, but getting into a flow that lets us live a life of alignment with our deepest values. But what if you face a number of obstacles? For sure, as we try to generate more happiness in our lives, we will face obstacles. And really, it's in these moments that our resolve is tested. But remember, each obstacle is an opportunity to grow stronger in developing more joy in our lives. For those times when life's demands seem to crowd out happiness, I invite you to prioritize. Even if you have a busy schedule, it's important to make room for moments of savoring joy. Even if they are brief, look for those pockets of time that are often overlooked, like the quiet of an early morning, the chirping of the birds outside, or the peace of a late night stillness. When you can feel a sense of deep peace and comfort with yourself, this is a moment where you can savor happiness. And on those days when happiness seems like a distant memory, practice resilience. Reflect on your past triumphs, no matter how small, and let them remind you of your worth so that you can find your way back to a happier state. As we navigate these obstacles, let's do so with the understanding that they are a completely normal part of the experience of life. But so is being happy, that deep sense of well-being, and it is available to you. It's a deeper state of being that transcends your obstacles. And so my invitation to you to take action for the upcoming week is to create a joyful moments diary. Each day, take a few minutes to write down at least one moment where you felt a spark of joy. It could be as brief as the warmth of the sun on your face, a kind word from a stranger, or the satisfaction of completing and crossing out a task on your list. This diary become your personal collage of happiness, a reminder of the bright spots that exist in every day. And share those moments with us in the community on social media or send them in an email. Let's inspire each other with our collective snapshots of joy, of the sun on your face, a kind word from a stranger, or hearing the laugh of a child. Now for the listener question. How do I deal with the guilt of prioritizing my wellness in a culture that often values productivity over personal health? Well, dealing with guilt from prioritizing wellness can be challenging, especially in this culture, yes, where we prize busyness and wear it as a badge of honor. Remember that taking care of your well being isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. So, here are 5 steps to help you alleviate that guilt. 1, reframe your perspective. If it helps, consider wellness as an investment in your productivity. When you're well rested and healthy, you're likely to perform better in all areas of life. Set clear boundaries. Define your non negotiables for wellness and communicate them clearly to those around you, whether at work or at home. 3, start small. Incorporate short wellness activities that don't take much time but have a significant impact, like a 10-minute meditation or a brief walk. 4, educate yourself and others. Understand the benefit so that you can help yourself and others see its value. Share what you learn about the importance of wellness for long-term health and productivity. And practice self-compassion. Recognize that everything you do has a purpose, even though you may not be consciously tuned into what that purpose is. And it's okay to not meet every demand placed upon you if it means maintaining your health. By taking those steps, you're not just enhancing your own life, you're also setting a positive example for others to follow. Prioritizing your wellness is a responsible choice for yourself and for those who depend on you. If you have a question, you can reach out and ask it by emailing contact@changesbigandsmall.com. As we bring this episode to a close, let's hold on to the idea that happiness, our inner joy, is something we can shape and foster through acts of self-friendship and mindfulness in our everyday lives. In the next episode, we'll delve into ways our internal conversations shape our reality and how by tuning into and refining this dialogue, we can unlock a new level of personal power and transformation. If you've enjoyed listening to this episode, please help me share it with more people by leaving a review. If you have a question or if you want to be a guest on the show, reach me at contact@changesbigandsmall.com. Remember, change begins with one small step. Have a great week.